I practiced scales for 30 minutes every day for the past 30 days, and here's what happened. And yes, there were days that I would rather wrestle a cactus. The real reason that I'm doing this challenge is because a little while back I posted a video where I just sat down with my guitar and I wanted to find my speed breaking point. You can watch the video right here, but I was a little embarrassed posting that. And that video basically inspired me to improve speed, accuracy, and hopefully become friends with the metronome. So here's the breakdown. I'd spend the first 10 minutes working on the fundamentals: precise movement, finger control, and accuracy. 10 minutes on Segovia scales, playing them as quarter notes, eighth notes, triplets, and 16th notes. Finally, the last 10 minutes, I'd focus on scale fragments, speed bursts, and string crossing.
It is now day 10 of practicing scales every day for 30 minutes a day. For the first 10 days, I kind of decided that I'm not going to push speed. I'm going to try to focus more so on keeping the left hand loose and just practicing the fundamentals. These first 10 days, I really haven't gone past 100 BPM. Okay, it is getting late and I am not feeling practicing scales right now. I just did 10 minutes, so I only have 20 minutes more, but it's just one of those nights where I'm like, oh, I'm not feeling it. I had my gig last night, so today's been kind of a rest day from guitar, but I'm still trying to get my scales in because I didn't practice my scales the day of the gig because I was mostly focused on all that repertoire. So yeah, if you haven't seen that video of the Beverly Hills gig, go check that out.
There were days when I really did not feel like practicing scales, but I kept showing up because growth doesn't happen from watching Netflix, unless you're binge watching Segovia. Around day 20, practicing scales every day started to feel easier. My confidence got stronger, my scales sounded more crisp, and my right hand stopped having an existential crisis, and the metronome started sounding less like a threat and more like a teammate. Then it was time to start speeding things up. This is 150. It's like, it's there, actually. I feel like I could probably go faster, but the evenness is what we're trying to get better at. Ew. Whoa. Things are going pretty good, but then I started questioning everything. That was better. This whole scale challenge, I have been practicing with my nails a certain way and with my right hand position a certain way. These like last 5 days, I'm like questioning everything. I'm like considering changing my right hand position and my nail shape. Like I changed my nail shape and now I'm trying actually to play more straight wristed a little bit. Like I'm not, I don't know, it's weird. I feel like when I'm really trying to go fast, I want to be like this, but the tone, not just the tone, how I feel the string on my finger feels, I just feel like I feel the string more like this when I'm straight. All right, it is day 30. Today is the day that we are going to find out whether or not we got better at scales in the last 30 days. But before we get into the results, I just want to say this video is sponsored by me, GuitarCody Lessons. So if you guys are interested in improving your classical guitar skills, send me an email. The info will be down in the description. One other thing I want to say, and this is important because this is when it comes down to speed. Not all guitars are created equal when it comes to playability. Okay, some guitars are easy to play, extremely easy to play, and some guitars are hard to play. In the case of my guitar, my primary guitar, my concert guitar right here, this guitar is the hardest guitar that I own, that I play. This guitar is not easy to play. The action is not the highest, but it's not the lowest either. And then you might just say, well, why don't you just play like one of your easier guitars? Like I have some really cheap guitars and they're so easy to play. But being that this is my primary instrument, this is the guitar that I perform on. So that's the reason that you're going to be hearing me play on this guitar. But I got to say, I was at Guitar Salon International like a couple weeks ago and I played a flamenco guitar and oh my gosh, it feels almost like cheating. It's almost as easy. It almost feels similar to like playing electric guitar, right? Electric guitar is like butter. It almost just feels like not fair because it's so easy to play. But this guitar feels way more stiff, the lateral stiffness with the strings and the neck. Harder to play. Anyways, that's not an excuse. I just think it's something that's worth noting that for yourself too, if you're trying to improve speed, take note of your guitar. Is it easy to play or is it hard to play? Because that will also influence, how fast you're able to go or what speed you're able to achieve. Now for the results. Okay, we're going to start with straight speed bursts. This is probably the easiest category of them because we're just staying on one string, right? And just how fast can you kind of go with your right hand? Like 4 or 5 notes, or maybe 5 notes, something like that. Okay, this is 160. Yes. Let's go 165. I have not actually ever tried this fast, I don't think. That's not so bad. 170. Okay, 175. This has to be pretty much my breaking point. Yeah. That was good. Let's call it 175, like maximum speed. Now we're going to increase the difficulty. A 7-note speed burst, but now we're going to go chromatically, and so it's going to change on each finger. So now we're adding in another element of, synchronizing both hands. When you're just doing one hand, one note, right? It's easier. It's much easier. So now let's see if we can do 150, but, with some synchronization. Okay, 150, kind of breaking point, right? It's really hard to get that synchronized, and it's hard to get that spot on every time. So what's hard about this at 150 now, I feel like the speed bursts are easy because they're short bursts, but trying to keep that sustained at 150 for like an extended period of time, also not easy. What is easy is if you play it like you're using a pick. Watch this. Right? I never practiced that at all, and that almost feels slow when you're doing it in like a picking style, which is funny. But on your fingers, it's like insanely fast, right? It's there. Barely, but it's there. One other thing I'll say about speed too is that it kind of gets exponentially, I think, more difficult the faster you go, right? So like, for example, going from 50 BPM to 60 BPM, there's only a 10 BPM difference, but that's very easy, versus going from like 140 BPM to 150 BPM. That's only also 10 BPM difference, but it's way more difficult because it's way more faster, and the amount of adjustments you have to make are just, so you have to be so detailed that, I think it gets harder the faster that you do go, and the more that you want to improve that, the harder it gets. Anyways, let's try the chromatic scale. Okay, kind of. It was there, but it's getting to the point where it's like it's very light, right, and it's not so fine defined, and not so like strong. That's when I would say like a flamenco guitar would come into play, because flamenco guitars are very much, it's a really quick response. As soon as you attack the note, boom, right, it's there. Where the classical guitar is not like that. You have to dig in a little bit more to get the clarity that you want, and because it's more about sustain. Let's try 150 just for fun. That was not half bad, right? Not half bad. Not half great, but not half bad. Okay, I think I'm going to call it there. That is the end of the video. Thank you guys for watching. See you in the next one.